Hey guys, how you doing? Today I'm just gonna do a little checkup on my pumpkin plants over here. I don't think I introduced these ones in my garden video. I don't remember. I haven't watched that thing back in a while, so there's a bee right there, bud. There's a little bee right there. He's trying to get on that flower right there. See that bear, bud? It's a honeybee. That thing there is a honeybee. We got corn, um, some smaller corn and stuff over there, but we got a lot of big male flowers on this pumpkin plant, so those won't turn into pumpkins. We already have a pumpkin over here, uh, right there, bud. Look at that thing. It's actually not that small. It's actually pretty big. Um, it's growing though. That little yellow thing there is going to be a pumpkin too, hopefully. Um, there's a bunch of those little yellow baby female flowers everywhere. That one looks like it almost wants to open, but it also looks very rotten. Um, there's some there, just over there, but you know, this is our big pumpkin plants up here are doing in this area. We got, if you look down there at the corn, starting to get you know, actual corn cobs on the small ones. If you walk over here, this area, I'm sorry, it's a mess right now. It's filled with junk. There's like potting soil and stuff. We're getting rid of this furniture soon. That bin, I want to get rid of it, but I don't know. There's a bunch of junk over here from 4th of July and stuff. And the soil is relatively rich over here. So I'm planning on, we're planning on planting pumpkins here, next year. Probably New England sugar pie pumpkins and what was it called? Queensland blue pumpkins. So the Australian pumpkin that's kind of an interesting looking one. Either that, and I'm also planning on planting in other parts of the yard full moon pumpkins, which are those really giant white ones. Not the ones you see go to competitions usually, but like they're usually carved, but they're huge and they cost a lot of money. Back there in that area, we're planning on clearing a lot of it out. We got blackberry bushes, which do produce fruit. We got grapevines, which produce fruit, but it's really not worth it. So we're gonna have to get rid of those because the grapes are like that small. They're tiny, and they just rot and fall off. But we got blackberries coming in now, because they usually come in around late summer. If you look there, you got them, and there's one right there, bud. You just pick them right off the plant. Bit tart, but guys, that's because that one was really small and they have to get bigger. But anyway, so that's what we're planning for doing there. We got peach trees up in there too. We got kind of cleared out, get rid of all the weeds and stuff and all the vines, so then we can plant big pumpkins on that hill, like jack-o'-lanterns. Well, I guess jack-o'-lanterns, like carving pumpkins, you know what I mean, or full moon pumpkin. We got our sunflowers here, Russian mammoth sunflowers. They're pretty big, and as you can tell, they do pretty well. They got some bites in them and stuff, but they're relatively large types of sunflower, and they don't have flowers on them yet, but they're getting there. Sunflower seed, I don't think it sells for a lot of money versus these pumpkins we're growing. If we do get enough of them, because the plants are freaking huge right now. That's the end of that one. I'm planning on selling them. And giving some away. I'm planning on selling them cheaper than Meadows Farms does because I actually want, some customers. So if the glare will stop, this is one of the other pumpkin plants. That's one of the pumpkins on it, right there. That one's pretty small right now, but it's getting bigger. That one's already pollinated. Sorry for the dog crap. So, into our garden, I have some exciting news. I know it's been a while since I've updated on this place. So, right here on our cucumber plant, there's a decently large cucumber right there. We harvested the jalapenos. We had some on them. We've already gotten some tomatoes from these things. There's a skipper on there. Shoo! Don't be eating our tomatoes. You know, you can see already we were getting tomatoes and stuff. But look at them. That is butternut squash right there. And they're pollinated and they're starting to get bigger. That one has a flower open on it for it. So this is our butternut squash plant. It has gotten so much bigger because it has gone through a growth spurt where it's gotten way bigger. This is another cucumber plant over here. This one's getting a lot bigger. Wise of, you know, spreading out. I don't see any cucumbers on it yet. I'll have to take a closer look though. Yeah, I don't think there's any cucumbers on there yet, bud. Nope. There's a little bee over there trying to pollinate them. And on this plant, right there, that female flower is starting to get bigger. That's the first squash type. Well, actually, no, it's not the first butternut. That's the first, you know, jack-o'-lantern or field pumpkin here that has, you know, grown and got a female flower in this garden. Because the soil was just too loose and they didn't like it. So if you look here, this pumpkin is trailing up the fence. Doesn't have any female flowers on it yet. There's some sort of puked up worm on that leaf. That's really interesting. What the frick? It's quite something. That's quite something right there. That's a very interesting find. Has a puked up worm. I didn't think I'd see that today, but kind of wondering what that was. Thought it was some sort of weird bug eating it, but no, it's a sufficiently chopped up worm. Some bird probably spat that thing out. Anyway, let's walk over here. There's another pumpkin plant. It's pretty nice. Almost stepped in that giant clump of grass. Look at that thing right there. Now that is a nice pumpkin. As you can see, that's a pretty nice pumpkin. It's pretty good size. Not as big as the one up on our deck, but pretty big. This plant grew out of a pile of compost because we chucked pumpkins in there. Might have been a little bit of a mistake. That one's another one right there. Flower hasn't came off of it yet. Anyway, this one hasn't made very many big amounts of pumpkins yet, but it has made it is sufficiently large pumpkin plant, and it's starting to crawl up this thing, so I might need to ease that back a bit, but I don't know. I don't want it to grow up this this farming implement here, because if it does, oh, that just makes it higher. Okay, well, let's not do that. Because I don't want the stem to get hurt. There's another little baby pumpkin on the end of that thing. I don't think you can see it, but there it is, right there. I just think this is amazing. Like, this one's gonna be pretty good. There are a bunch of cross pollinations, which is interesting. A bunch of the seeds we got from pumpkins that we bought from Meadows Farms were a bunch of interesting combinations of different types of pumpkin. And now, you know, they're pretty interesting. They got some weird colors, but that's okay. Anyway, so this is possibly the longest like outdoors video I've made so far. I don't know. Am I forgetting anything? Well, the basil's doing pretty good. That's just not very exciting to me because pumpkin. You know what I mean? Just pumpkin. Here's a dead leaf right there on that one. Right down there. Nasty. Sit that right on there. So someone can have fun touching that. I don't see any little pumpkins in there. You're still got a fungus problem. Anyway, I think I'm going to end it now, so I'll see you guys later.